There he is. Oh, I know that deserves the full shot. That deserves a full shot. I don't want to be leave anything out of the Fester shot. There he is, Raider Fester, and I need that canned applause like they have on other shows. I just got to figure out how to fucking do it. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm good, Jack. Hope you're doing well. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
I'm all ears, man. I mean, I will interject, but see, the good thing about you and Johnny is that it's a mile a minute of good shit, and I will try not to fuck up comments and have good analysis from you guys as necessary. But so, without further ado, let's have a really good shoe. How you doing there, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm wearing my Silverback Distillery hat today
There you are.
because Silverback Distillery, which is located in the mountains of Virginia, named after the famous silverback gorilla. But I figure I will wear that because we're doing some distilling tonight on some plans to get the Raiders back onto the winning track.
Damn right.
And I
And
have
unique
a
silverback.
plan.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a plan.
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
going to roll my sleeves and I'm going to put on my offensive coordinator hat and I'm gonna dive through the problems that we have. And if Chip Kelly and Powers will listen to me, I think I have a solution, despite all the troubles that we have. And of course, Colton Miller went down at the end of the game. He's our best offensive lineman. Our
Yeah.
offensive line played better this past week than they have the last couple of weeks. And I will say this: anytime a team has 4 turnovers and can still only lose the game by 1 point and should have won the game at the end
Yep.
had somebody blocked on the end of the line because that field goal was dead on as it was coming off Carlson's foot. It was dead down the middle, and it was going to go through, and they would have won the game. But that's didn't happen, and the Raiders are 1-3, and there's gloom and doom, and everybody now is hedging their bets on the fact that the Raiders will not win nearly as many games as people thought they would. And they're probably right. I may have to back down. I've still said that the Raiders would win 8 games. I'm going to stick by that and hope that they can find a way to get a win here or there. Now, here's how they can get win number two. Win number two against the Colts. And again, the Colts come in at 3-1. The Raiders are at 1-3. The Colts also boast the league's leading rusher in Jonathan Taylor. And the Raider defense has played well of late. They haven't played stellar, but the main problem with the defense, I think, this week is going to be shutting down that middle passing game. And all the eyes are going to be on the linebackers, or the linebackers going to be able to cover, because what the Colts do, even though Jonathan Taylor is the league's leading rusher, what the Colts do is they do the short passing game to set up the run, especially in the first half. So if the Raiders can hold it close in the first half, what the Colts count on is the fact that Jonathan Taylor gets better as the game goes along, a lot like Josh Jacobs did in many games with the Raiders. The further the game got along, the more touches he gets and the better he gets. As the defense wears down, things start to add up and gash up. And I think that's kind of what the Colts may be counting on. Now, here's what I propose to counterbalance that. Now, first of all, it looks like that Stone Forsythe is going to be the starting left tackle. He is not good. We hope that he is not going to be a sieve and just allow Geno no time at all to come through. So if the rest of the offensive line can hold their stones, no pun intended, Stone would be the one really that we have to rely on. So here's what I propose. Michael Mayer's out with injury, and Brock is not 100%. So I say that we utilize Ian Thomas a lot during this game. And here's what I would do. If I
Damn
were the
right.
offensive coordinator, I would line Ian Thomas up next to Stone Forsythe every play. Sometimes he would be a blocker. Sometimes he would be a hit and release guy, which if he gets through the line, he can turn around and he could be Geno's safety valve. But again, if if the Colts start looking for that, that could open up some of the other crossing routes. Now I feel pretty certain that the Raiders are going to have to rely on those shorter crossing routes because Geno's not going to have the time to be able to drop back and throw anything deep. So I think the deep ball is out of play this week until we can really depend on that offensive line to hold that protection for the amount of time it takes for the quarterback to really set up and hurl one down the field. So I think he'll be looking for Junty checkdowns. He'll be looking for Ian Thomas checkdowns. He'll be looking for those crossing patterns in the middle. But I believe that's what's going to happen. So here's the thing. If Ian Thomas plays alongside Stone Forsythe, then he is more of a blocker anyway than a pass catcher. Not to say he's not a good pass catcher, because I saw him catch a lot of good balls, particularly during the preseason. But he is primarily a blocker. So without Mayer, you bring in Ian Thomas. He's another blocker, somebody who can assist Stone Forsythe, either double teaming or just putting a chip on the guy and slowing him down on the side. That could also aid in the run game. So if you're planning on running the ball, and of course, at some point, the Raiders are going to have to run the ball. They were having success running toward the left hand side last time. If they continue to do that, if they have Ian Thomas as an extra blocker, that could benefit if everybody else holds their water and does what they need to do. So again, here's what I propose. Go ahead.
Before you propose, I want to make an addendum to that. The
Yep.
Raiders had success running to the left last game, but it were not designed runs to the left. It was actually Genty cutting back against the grain and running to the left. So I just wanted to make that addendum, because if the Raider offensive line was running to the left, it was not on purpose. It was because they were pushing off in the basic one-on-one, cap on cap, and Genty was finding the running lane bouncing up to the left. I don't care how he does it. It just and if you have Stone on the left side, if you have Ian helping out Stone on the left side, that's great. Even if he chips and does something from there, if they do the run blocking, or fucking Geno just keeps throwing them the ball like 3 yards down the field, and then he turns around, and because he's a big kid, that's a 5-yard gain every time. Unless he gets stacked up right when he hits the ball, and he said, but that's a 5-yard gain. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, I can see that. It's a matter of, and I like what you're saying, and I'm going to let you finish the analysis, is that, and I like Chip Kelly when he's in fucking college. But there seems to be a data disruption between Chip Kelly running effective plays in college and Chip Kelly running effective plays in the NFL. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm very sorry there, Bester. I had to harp on that. Go ahead, sir, and finish.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, the fans can see it on television or live from the game. We can see the plays that are there. We can see Trey Tucker lined up in the slot. We can see nobody on him. We can see that if you just take the snap and throw it to him in space, that he can create 5, 6, 7 yards. You see that, and I don't know why the disconnect is there with the offensive coordinator. If you put somebody out in the slot who's got a lot of speed and the defensive back is laying off 5, 6, 7 yards, take it. It's there. That should be just an automatic check down. They should just tell Geno every time when you see that, you're going to get some yardage, and take that. And again, for a team that is on the road, again, needs to find a way to maintain the ball, to keep it out of the Colts' hands, keep that offense plugging, get the crowd out of it, and continue to hold on to the ball and keep it close and keep that defense off the field. These are all critical things. Time and again, the Raiders have said, okay, we're going to try to establish that run game, so they just continue running the ball. No gain, 2 yards, -1 yard. You've got to shake it up. You've got to, in really, in this case, I believe, need to set up the short pass in order to set up the run. That's really, I think, the way it's going to happen. Now, as far as when the Raiders are on defense, Daniel Jones has been doing kind of the old Trent Dilfer two-step. And here's what I mean by that. He hasn't been winning games, but he hasn't been losing games either.
Yeah.
He's been pretty dependable. People have been saying, "Oh, he's comeback of the year player." No, he's just not making a lot of mistakes. Gino could be comeback player of the year if he just wasn't making a whole lot of mistakes. I mean, he's thrown 3 interceptions. He turns around, he throws 3 again. That's just not going to help your team. Gino's pressing too hard. He's trying too hard to force things in to make a play. I mean, last week against the Bears, he threw the exact same interception twice.
Yeah, and shout out
It
to
was
my
a
boy
center
Lee.
fielder.
Thank you, brother. Shout
Yeah.
out to. Yeah, it was. It was, and I thought it's like, didn't I just see this? It was the guy stepped in. And for the pass play, it was like he was the fucking defender knew where the ball was going and stepped
Put him
in.
at center fielder.
Right before Mayer.
They put him at the center fielder, and he undercut the route, and they ran the exact same play before. He was waiting for it twice. So Gino's got to do a better job. And again, you can't force the ball in the middle. If you're going to do that, you need to resort to these shorter routes that are 10-yard pickups here. And that was there all day. The Bears defense is not that good. The Bears defense was had last week. And again, the Raiders just simply didn't do their job and push the ball in. If they put a touchdown up on the board toward the end of the game, we wouldn't have been in the situation we were in.
Yeah.
But they only got a field goal out of it.
Oh my goodness! And again, and I'm going to say one other thing while I because I'm going to play old man shit. Like I got it on my mind. I want to get it out before I forget. Had Michael Mayer not been in concussion protocol, more than likely 90% of the time he would have picked off that guy that did the swan dive for the kick, because that was Michael Mayer's guy, but he wasn't in there. So was it Fialu or one of the Asian Pacific Islanders? Okay, I can't remember which one because there's 2 of them on the team. I'm not being racist, fuckers. That's who they are. They're big Asian Pacific Islanders. Okay, we have 2 defensive tackles on our team that are okay, but he was playing right tackle or the right end position that Michael Mayer normally plays on kick coverage, and he's a little slower, and I'm sure he's not used to playing kick coverage, and he's the guy that didn't get his guy, and the guy swan dived and kicked and held the ball. We win that game if Michael Mayer is in there, and Mayer's still out on concussion protocol from what I said that. Sorry, and welcome Lee Benson for sure, my buddy from Greenville. The Greenville Airport.
There we go.
Go ahead, sir.
No, you said it all. And the Raiders have to find ways to control the ball better. They need to find ways to eliminate stupid penalties. Gino needs to not underthrow the ball. A couple of times now, he's had touchdowns that were there where if he had just hit the receiver in stride, they'd still be running. This has happened twice now, and they didn't result in interceptions, but they didn't result in touchdowns. Now, in one instance, they did turn around and get 6 points out of it, but in the other, they only got 3. You've got to hit those every time.
Right, and wasn't it last week? Was it last week or the week before that he has Thornton that for what could have been a first down or for like these games are run. These games are starting to run together. I don't remember what week it is. I just know that it was down and to the side of Thornton. It was a bad pass. Thornton dropped it. The old expression, well, if he has his hands on it, he needs to get it, but he's a rookie. I'm going to give him that. Okay. So it was a bad pass.
I believe that was last week's game.
And
now,
he gets
Jacoby Myers had the one in Washington where he had the long gainer that would have been a touchdown if Gino had hit him in stride.
Yeah, like I said, they're all running together, man. It's a clusterfuck in my brain. But
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb right now and tell you this. I predicted that the Raiders were going to win against the Bears, and I think I called the score 23-17. Again, I wasn't too far off, and
no, you weren't.
the Raiders should have won that game. And they would have proven me right. I'm going to go out on a limb this week and say that the Raiders beat the Colts. I don't know why. I don't know how. Everybody is favoring the Colts. And this is one of those weird, icky situations where all the cards are up against the Raiders. And for some reason, I don't know whether it's going to be turnovers or them just playing an ungodly great game or something happening unusual, but I see the Raiders somehow finding a way to win. It's not going to be pretty. You're probably going to end up with somewhere like a 26-24 score, very similar to what we had last week. But there will be turnovers involved. So I think
No.
it's going to be a messy game. But I think somehow the Raiders find a way to win. Or maybe more importantly, or more accurately, I think the Colts find a way to lose.
And I see that. Now again talking about old man shit. I've been to Indianapolis 3 times.
I'm sorry.
I know we've won 2 of those games. Because I remember there was a game that the safety had an interception at the very end, which sealed it. I know that we had there you go. And then I also remember that the game that when we were striving for the playoffs, both Hollywood and I are in the front row, and now that made Vegas Journal Review where we're going like, yeah, that's touchdown, because we're both up like this. So that was the third game. The first game, I left very pissed off because the Raiders should have won or could have won. I'm thinking, and again, I have that same feeling. The Jones and the Colts are 3-1, but it's not a strong 3-1. It's not a strong 3-1, and the Raiders should be. I hate playing the woulda, coulda, shoulda, but the Raiders should be 2-2 right now. They got embarrassed. They got their ass kicked by the Garglers, and I'm still fucking say it. I can't stand that fucking team. So excuse me if you don't like me calling them the Garglers. They got embarrassed by the Garglers, and they got their asses whooped by the Commanders. That was true, and it was uncomfortable sitting there, watching them getting their asses tore up. Okay, last week when I'm sitting in my seat, and I'm like, okay, and I'm looking at the score. They get their field goal. I'm like, okay. They go for 2. Or whatever, and they don't get it. So okay, 1 point. Yeah, we got this. And we go down, and I'm like, yeah, fucking A. It is automatic. Carlson is automatic. And he is automatic. He is if the line blocks who they're supposed to. That was a game-winning field goal. And then we walk out 2-2, and I'm a lot happier this week. So I agree with you, Thom. I mean, the Colts are a good team, but that division is just horrible. The Colts, the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Texans. Texans are playing like ass. The Titans we got week after. So maybe we can get 2 wins in a row, starting in Indiana, and then coming back home to play the Titans. Again, I don't want to put stack shit in front of us until it happens. But I really think that the Raiders can play to win the game. I think we can.
Jonathan Taylor may be the league's leading rusher, but he only put up 76 yards last week against the Rams. So he didn't set the world on fire. Now, basically, now granted, the Rams have a much better run defense than the Titans, who they played the previous week, and they just steamrolled the Titans. Well, look at it. 2 of their 3 wins have been against Miami and Tennessee. So let's look at some of the results. I mean, that's pretty weak
right there, boy. I tell you, yeah, that's a gauntlet of fucking Hall of Fame talent on those teams.
And they only beat the Broncos because of that crazy call at the end of the game, where the Broncos got called for the penalty, and the Colts got a chance to kick that field goal at the end. So they very legitimately should be 2-2, not 3-1.
Mm-hmm. Or even 1-3.
So Well, I don't know. They played the Titans in Miami, and those are horrible teams, and they
Oh,
steamrolled
that's
both of
right.
those teams. So
I was yeah,
yeah,
I was taking a win, but they should, okay. So yeah, 2-2. I can see that. But we
yeah.
should be 2-2. They should be 2-2. Who's the better?
Right.
Would have been 2-2 team. We'll see.
Again, I think if you look at it on paper, I think that the Colts have the better team. When you look at production from the running back spot, when you look at production from the quarterback spot, when you look at the comparison of the small amount of times the offense have turned the ball over in comparison with the defense. Now, what is going to be the main key is to see what kind of protection Geno Smith is going to get. If the Raiders can only give up 1 sack, that's great. Now, if they give up 5 sacks, or if Geno throws 3 or 4 picks, then there's no way they're going to win. The Colts are too good to be able to for the Raiders to be able to weather that storm. This is not the Bears. There are very few teams that if you put 4 turnovers up against that team, you would just get steamrolled. The Bears are one exception. Maybe the Titans are another. I don't know if there's any other teams I can think of right off. Maybe the Dolphins, but again, the fact that the Raiders were so close to winning, playing as horrible as they did, Geno's got to have a good game at some point. He's not a slouch. I mean, he's not a horrible quarterback. He is not some of the quarterbacks the Raiders have had. Now, he certainly has not had good games, and people are calling for him to be benched. And I've heard the calls for Kenny Pickett and everything. And no, keep Kenny Pickett where he is. There's a reason why he's not a starter in the NFL right now. And again,
Mhm.
just keep that where it is. But the Raiders' protection's got to be there. And he said the call against the Broncos is the right call. I'm wondering which call he's talking about.
He's
Maybe
talking
maybe
about
it's
the
the
call. No. It was the call on the before
on
the
the field
kick
goal. Oh yeah,
where it was
oh
leverage.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a leverage call. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Jimmy
Well,
Farrell, who gives a fuck? Fuck your Islanders. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And the only reason why I'm not saying fuck your Yankees right now is because I got money on them. So fuck you, Jimmy Farrell. There we go.
hey Jack, just remember they can the Islanders can win the first game of the year. There you go. Maybe even the second game, or maybe even the 10th game of the year. But it's a long season, so let the Islanders have their fun while they can.
Yeah. Now, is this still preseason or is this the regular season? I don't remember.
Well, I think it's still preseason. I think
Okay, so that Jimmy
I
Farrell,
thought
fuck you at
I
preseason.
thought I thought the
Preseason.
regular season started next week.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jimmy Farrell, and your fucking Islanders. Okay. So there you go. Take a preseason win, and shove it up your ass, buddy. Thank you. And your Yankees better win tonight because I got money on them. There you go.
I just wonder if the Islanders were wearing those ridiculous fisherman jerseys that they rolled
Oh
out numerous
yeah,
years ago.
yeah. With the fucking the fucking rain hat guy. With
Yeah, the Gortons of Gloucester
the Gordon's
fishermen.
a Gloucester fisherman. The Gordon's a Long Island fisherman. Oh my God, what fun, what fun. When the Islanders were good,
Saw
they had
that
like
jersey when they
Rossi.
first
Oh my,
rolled that out, and I thought that is like the worst jersey of all. That's as bad as the the creamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneers jerseys.
oh man, the Gordon's a Gloucester fisherman playing on Long Island. Long Island. Oh my God,
Long Island. Yeah,
Long
absolutely.
Island. That is the correct way. You got to say it though. You got to say it though. Long Island,
At
because my
the
dad's
at the
from.
old
May he rest in peace.
at the old Nassau Coliseum, not Nassau,
Nassau. Yeah,
Nassau.
there you go. Nassau. There you go. Hey, Jimmy, I don't give a fuck about the Flyer mascot. Okay, the Flyers kick your Islanders' ass every day of the week except one time. Your Islanders are gonna suck worse than my Flyers. I ain't even worried about hockey right now, you fuck. I'm talking. It's football season. Jesus Christ, I don't worry about hockey until January. Okay, it's not January yet. Shut up. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. Too
Anyway,
early for hockey. Too early for hockey talk. Let's talk hockey January 1. I'm like you.
there you
Let's get
go.
it nice and cold, and I might go to a couple of Washington Capitals games here early, but it doesn't really matter. October doesn't matter.
That's why. That's right. All right.
'Cause
Anyway, so
almost all the teams make the playoffs anyway.
right. It's like the regular the playoffs are the regular season part two, except for the ones that are lucky enough that they get excused from the teacher. They don't have to participate. You
Right.
know.
Right.
But Thom or Fester, just go on. Hey, Farrell, shut the fuck up. Don't set me off, okay? Don't set me off. Go ahead, Thom.
Now, I've heard that Charles Grant is still not quite ready.
No.
I think that I think that Pete Carroll wants to put him in there, and I'm hoping, this is my hope, he won't see him this week unless
No.
there's another injury. Somebody goes down, they have to put him in. But I don't think you'll see Charles Grant this week. My hope is that they'll have him up to speed enough between now and the off
After
week,
the bye week? Yeah.
bye week, that
Yeah.
maybe when the Titans roll around, maybe they can put him in there. And I would be more than willing to have Charles Grant make a few rookie mistakes and let's see what we have and let him learn on the fly. We did that with DJ Glaze. We also did that with Thayer Mumford. They had to jump in and they had to play ahead of their time, and they learned. There were some bumps in the road. The learning curve was there, but I would much rather see what we have and then make a determination because Stone Forsythe is just not going to cut it. I don't see him being serviceable that much. He's you got to have somebody in there. I don't see the Raiders trading for anybody. They've got those two young linemen. They've got Grant, and then they've also got Caleb Rogers, who
Yeah.
I'd like to see work in at some point as a rotational piece, which we may see as early as the Titans game. I think. So you may see both of these guys in there, but I'm hoping that Grant is ready enough to where if he doesn't start, that they can put him in the game fairly early and let him go ahead and start getting his experience and getting his reps and whatever mistakes he's going to make. Let's go ahead and have him make them early, and depending on how long Colton Miller's out, he might need to hold that position down, lot like DJ Glaze did when Thayer Mumford went down to injury. So
Yeah. And
again,
and I tell you, if you're expecting, and I said this last night with Peggy because she asked me about Colton Miller. I said, you with his injury, not just that he actually the high ankle sprain is worse than the hairline fracture. The high ankle sprain is worse. The hairline fracture you can deal with. I know it hurts, but the high ankle sprain with the hairline fracture makes it more of a longer injury. That's going to be like a 2.5, maybe 3 month injury. That's for
yeah,
sure. And
particularly at the left tackle position, because what people don't understand is there's a lot of outside maneuvering, a lot of quick shifts. When you have edge rushers that are coming around the end, you've got to battle and you've also got to pivot. So you're doing two things at once. You're blocking and you're pivoting, running backwards and to the side, and also doing this to protect the blind side of your quarterback. And your quarterback
yeah,
is going to depend on you. And so the left tackle probably takes it a little bit more on the chin than the other members of the line because they know that unless you have a left-handed quarterback, you're protecting that blind side. So you're having to do a lot more than your average other lineman will.
right. And I want Rogers in there eventually. I want Grant in there probably. Let's put it this way, because and I had to get myself my mind fixed. It's like it's Indy this week. It's then it's the Titans next week, and then it's Kansas City. Okay, so I know where I am for going for the next four weeks. I got my schedule right. I get a chance to sleep at the end of the month. Okay, when it's a bye week, it's after I can sleep that weekend. Nobody call me. I swear, do not call me the last weekend in October. I'm going to be catching up on my sleep. It's exhausting. I'm bitching. I'm happy, but it's exhausting, people. It's, Friday leave, Saturday events, Sunday game, Monday fly. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's show. And I got to do other shit while I'm here during the week, right? That I haven't get a chance to do. And it goes and starts all over again. It's even earlier next week. I'm not complaining. I'm not. I love this. I do. If you're saying I'm complaining, I'm not. I'm just saying it's exhausting and I love it. So when the Raiders have a bye week, I'm going to fucking sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And so don't bother me. Thom, I love you. Tommy doesn't bother me anyway. He actually just calls me to make sure, hey, are we doing a show? I'm like, yes, we're doing the show. But I'm going to, I'm going to enjoy it. So, and I don't know. And it's near Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving. It's near Halloween. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to celebrate my stepson's birthday 2 weeks late. I said, I'm not going to be here, so come at the end of the month. Jack can call you something. No, no, Jack. I don't want to hear from Kenna either, okay? No Kenna at all. I love you, Jack Kenna, but no, I don't want to hear from you unless you got give me an autograph or something like that.
And actually, Jack, we had it wrong. There's no bye next week.
No, not next week.
Huh? Yeah. So there's no bye next week. So next week is the Titans. It's the Chiefs.
Then it's the Chiefs.
And then it's the bye week.
And it's the bye. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The end of the month. Yeah. The end of the month. Sharif Saleh bullshit. Okay. If you talk to me about the Phillies elimination, first off, I don't think that's going to happen. Why are we talking baseball and hockey on a fucking football show? God damn it. Okay. Jesus. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't take the Lord's name in the name. But I'm saying, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Yankees can win tonight as I got money on them. Then they can bust ass as far as I'm concerned. Okay. The Islanders I can give a flying fuck about because it's the preseason. I'm worried about my Raiders. Okay. I'm worried about my Raiders. We'll talk baseball next week when the Phillies win. There you go. Go ahead.
So having said that, maybe we can get Grant up to speed for the Titans game next week.
Yeah. I think
maybe
so.
He doesn't start. Maybe he doesn't start. Maybe Stone Forsythe starts, but let's go ahead and get a quick hook and get Grant in there. The Titans would be a prime team to do that against.
Wouldn't you agree that maybe Rodgers, because Rodgers is next man up, because I'm telling you, Parm is not playing well. He's not playing well. Rodgers would be good at a guard. And didn't Parm play better on the right side than the left side? Am I misremembering that? I thought he played better on the right side. So here's a bold thought. Oh my God. I can rule the world with these thoughts. Put JPJ at center, put Parham at right guard, and put Rodgers at left guard. Although you would have Rodgers and Grant on the left side like rookie. But you know what? It worked last year with rookie on the right side when you had JPJ playing guard and Glaze playing right tackle. It worked. It's not optimum, but I say get these guys in there because they are our future.
Why not move Parham to center?
Well, that's the other thing.
Move Parham to center. Yeah.
Now it's the other thing.
I said Parham to center. Put Caleb Rodgers on one side at guard.
Yeah. And then
put him on the side and put JPJ over on the left. So put JPJ at the guard position next to Grant, and then put Caleb Rodgers on the right side next to Glaze. So then that way you've got Parham in the middle. Parham's a good center. He's a good serviceable center. And I don't think you lose anything there. But
you
again,
gain.
This sets up JPJ to be a mauler. He's more of a mauler, so let's put him in a guard position. And if they have been successful running If Genty is finding room on the left-hand side, you have your Mauler over there on the left-hand side, and Parham can kind of kick some guys out as well. I think that might be the best. I'm not sure if they've tried that or not, but that's certainly an opportunity where you could put Parham at center, put JPJ at left guard, put Caleb Rogers at right guard, and then put Glaze where he is, and then have Grant up there on the left side.
I like it. Here, hey, somebody catch a memo, or my secretary, take a memo. Take a memo. To Chip Kelly. To Carroll's son, whatever his fucking name is, Bernard Carroll or Brendan Carroll.
Brennan.
Fuck his name is. To Mr. Carroll, Brendan Carroll. Subject, offensive line. Dear sir, it has come to our attention that we have had some injuries, and we know how to fix this shit. And I'm going to say fix this shit. And then we go about the plan. And myself, Captain Jack Rackham Esquire, and Thom Raider Fester Jones Esquire have figured this shit out. Here it is. And we send it to him, and we sign it dutifully yours, my signature, your signature. Take a memo. Let's do it. I like that.
P.S. Mr. Spytek wants to see his young kids play.
I like that. We can do that.
Now,
but
Mostert
I know you're not finished. I know you're not finished. Go ahead, Thom.
Mostert came back last week. He played, and he's the fastest guy he's of all the running backs. He's the fastest one.
Yeah.
And they had him back there running back kickoffs. I mean, I wonder if they'd had him against the Washington Commanders. If like I had said, I thought Mostert was going to get a lot of touches in that game, and they didn't even have him. He was a healthy scratch. So what they're doing with these healthy scratches is beyond me. They need to get that figured out.
Yeah, and no more healthy scratches for people that can perform.
Yeah,
and I understand. Mayer being out with concussion protocol. Honestly, and don't kill me for this, folks, but honestly, I think that Bowers should have been sat for 3 to 4 weeks so that his, I think if they said it's a PCL, not an ACL, I think it was a PCL. So his PCL could be getting stronger, rehabbing it, not getting more stress on it. Because if you're playing with an injury, you can play hurt. But if you're playing with an injury, it makes the injury worse.
Particularly when you're a guy like Brock Bowers. He is not going to go out there and play 50%. He's going to go full bore. He's going to go out and stretch himself to the extent to make the hard catches. He's going to take the hit. So he risks being down for the count for the year. I agree with you. They should sit him. They should sit him this week and maybe even sit him next week.
Yeah,
they just got to get him better.
Get him ready for the Chiefs game. Get him ready for the Chiefs game, and actually then maybe we can have Mayer return. Well, he might be ready this week. I don't know, but I want Mayer
ready for the Titans. I think he'll be ready for the Titans.
I want Mayer ready for the Titans. I want Bowers ready for the Chiefs, because those are the games that we're going to need them the most. Okay. And I think we can
by the Chiefs game, we need to have both Grant and Rogers at least serviceable.
I agree. But take a memo. Fester. You're a teacher. You got a secretary. I know it. Take a memo. Have them take the memo.
Take the memo. Dear sir. Dear sir, stop sucking.
Don't make me spritz all over the fucking computer. Oh my God. I had to swallow quickly.
Where's Raider Towney when we need him?
Well, he's in here. Yeah, fucking Farrell, Jimmy Farrell. He's either Raider Eeyore or Raider Towney. Oh no, we're gonna suck again.
No, it's got to be Raider Towney. Oh no, we suck again.
I gave him that. You're not Raider Postman. You're not Raider Postman. You're Townie. Okay. Anyway, he's the Yankee fan. There he is. See, Jimmy Farrell's there. What else? What else do you propose, sir? You know, because you got that hat on. I'm enthralled. I'm enthralled by it.
Well, I mean, the other thing is going to be the defense. We mentioned this earlier. The linebackers are going to have to step up and cover that middle because I think the Colts are going to come out firing short passes, and that's really going to be incumbent on them. So I'm looking at I'm looking at all those linebackers. I'm looking at E-Rob. You know, maybe Devin can find some of that magic from his rookie year. I don't know. We're not doing the job. Got to step up and do it. Need one of the linebackers to get an interception.
Yes. Oh, by the way, let me ask.
Need Darian Porter to step up on the corner because
Darian Porter has gotten a lot of positive vibes from. I think they said that who is the former Raider that's doing commentary? I can't remember his name. He's doing commentary for either CBS or Fox. He's the former
for the Raider broadcast. It's Captain Kirk Morrison.
Okay, yeah, Kirk Morrison. There you go. I knew it was there. He said that Porter's been playing well in short shorts. By the way, Jimmy Farrell, how the fuck can I be blind when I have Mr. Magoo glasses? How the hell can I be blind with Mr. Magoo glasses? Jesus. Look, you're blind if you don't see these. Jesus Christ. I don't like
They come with their own antenna, right?
Oh, Magoo, you've done it again.
The great Jim Backus.
Jim Backus, man, I love him. Yeah. Oh boy, what? For the youth of today, you lost out. You lost out because Mr. Magoo was also Thurston Howell III, and you lost out on him. You lost out on him.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
yes, indeed.
Hey, Matt Millen said, or Matt Millen. God, that's a Freudian slip. Matt Marinovich. Matt Millen. I saw Trade and Matt in the same thing, and I was like, oh, okay. Tariq Woolen out of Seattle would be good.
Yeah, that would be good. And we definitely need that help.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you said that the linebackers have not sucked through 4 games.
No,
Devin White's played well. E-Rob's played decent. Okay, all you people that it's and I remember what I was going to say. Check the stats. How many interceptions has fucktwat that went to the Patriots? I can't remember what his name was. The linebacker there, Spillane. How many interceptions does Spillane have? Go look at the stats. I don't know the number, but I bet you any money it's at most 0. I don't think he has an interception because I probably would have heard by now. So for all you guys bitching and moaning about fucking Mickey Spillane, I know it's Robert. I call him Mickey because he's the dime store novelist, right? There you go. He hasn't done shit.
By the way, Jack, just for point of reference, the Islanders Flyers game was a preseason game.
Thank you. Hey, so Jimmy Farrell again, fuck you. It was a preseason game. Laugh it up. Hey, I'll give you my best hand solo. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Okay, there you go. I'll even give you the cross-eye. There you go.
Ooh, scruffy looking.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Colts humbled the Denver D. Okay, wait a second. So we got Colts are throwing deep more. Raiders linebacker try to stop the powerful running game or dropping back. Colts offense is very good. That actually, Jack Kenna, they were like doing like 29. They're doing 29 a game. And then the last game they dropped. I think they had 24. So It's not all that. It's not all that. So
remember too, they were playing against the Miami defense in week 1 and the Titans defense in week 3.
Yeah.
So they weren't playing against juggernauts.
Yeah.
And
The
they played a
juggernaut.
better defense last week against the Rams, and they got worked.
There you go. I mean, this is a winnable game.
Yeah.
This is a winnable game. And Ed Winter was talking about Michael Pittman Jr. I think he's hurt. I think I saw something where he's hurt. Being the astute dude that you are, I know when he shifts his eyes, I know he's looking for it.
I'm looking for it. I didn't hear it this morning. I was listening to some of the radio shows, and I did not hear Pittman's name come up as an injury.
Okay.
And I understand that they're trying to get him the ball, so I don't believe so. I don't think so. Okay, it says injury report. Let me check here. The Indy Star.
I get a nod. I got a nod from the other fucker. Okay.
What's up, Fester?
There he is.
Okay.
Michael
Pittman.
They did add him to the injury report. So there you go. He was limited. He was limited with a hamstring injury, but they do have him on the injury report. So we don't know whether he's going to do it or not. We'll see.
And welcome to the show, Johnny Madbomber Souza.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Good to
Johnny,
see you.
what's going on?
Not much. I stopped listening to the Barry Manilow albums and almost so I wouldn't slip my wrist. So I'm here. Look at Fester. You got the greatest smile. That's a comeback smile. Yeah. That's so cool.
You missed it. You missed me being so fucking apoplectic. I'm talking to fucking Jimmy Farrell, aka Raider Towney, okay, who's busting my balls because the Islanders beat my Flyers. Our Flyers, by the way. Flyers.
Hold on. Hey, girls, if you're out there, don't get crazy. You're gonna see a little body. It's gonna be these.
Look at that. Our Flyers.
That's our Flyers.
So fuck you, Farrell. Okay.
And Johnny, it was
there you go.
It was a preseason game.
No, did we go nuts on? God, he sounds like a Raider fan. That's my kind of guy.
He was going nuts over a preseason game.
That guy already. He's become.
It reminds me, and you all may not remember this, but back in the day up here in Washington, the Redskins back in the day had an old coach by the name of Steve Spurrier.
Yep.
The old ball coach, dude.
Spurrier took the Redskins over to Osaka, Japan, and they just waxed. I can't remember who it was, San Francisco, and they came back. Yep, look like we're going to the Super Bowl this year. We're looking pretty good. Yeah, we're doing real well. And then they won like maybe 3 games.
Yeah, he was short-lived. I remember that. I remember he was short-lived.
Hey,
he was
he drafted Danny Werfel just because Danny Werfel knew how to fucking knew his offense from Florida. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
In Washington, we referred to him as Danny Awful.
Oh, God. Jesus. I mean, I don't even want to bring this up, but it's the way it is. It's the truth, and I'm going to deal with it. I was looking at the records of the last 30 years. Do you know we now have the 2-loss lead? Think of 297 losses in the last 30 years. And
wow.
It's the other two. There's 2 other teams that are close to us. Who would you think those 2 teams are?
The Browns,
Cleveland, and
I got one.
I'm gonna say either the Jaguars or Detroit.
One of them is correct.
The Jags.
Okay. I was going to say Detroit. I was going to say Cleveland and Detroit.
It's Detroit. This was 2 games ago. It was the Raiders had, I think it was 294, and they had 293 each. We were ahead of them by a game, and right now we're still ahead. So last 30
Detroit's
years.
only been good the last 2 years.
Yeah, totally. And I'll tell you what, man, that when they had the playoffs a couple of years ago and they showed that dude, they brought him out, 93-year-old Lions fan. Did you remember that? He got to go to his first playoff game. That's cool. That's what me and you are going to be, Jack. We're going to be both of us, these two ugly fucking blue-haired faders walking up to the torch
No,
to light
I
the
ain't never.
torch.
I
Think of
will
all
not.
the
I
years.
will
Think
not
of
be
all the
walking up.
years. Think of all
I
the
will
years
be
that
in
Barry
my scooter.
Sanders.
I'll be in my
Think of all
scooter.
the years that Barry Sanders played for the Lions, and they only went to what 2 playoff games, I think,
Yeah, well,
during his entire career with them.
yeah, that was the Lindy and Fonte year, if I
90,
remember.
93 and 94. I think those were the
Yeah.
only two. Maybe 92 also. I think maybe they
Well,
went to actually an NFC championship
you know
game.
what's even just as bad as Calvin Johnson?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy seriously, if he was on the Niners, they'd be talking about him as him and Jerry Rice, which one was better.
Every time you mention Calvin Johnson's name, I turn red because I remember pounding the table during
You
that
too.
draft. Pounding the table. I wanted Calvin Johnson in the worst kind of way because I saw Jamarcus Russell play in college, and I saw him on the sidelines, and I thought this guy is one stupid individual, and I hate disparaging people that way, but I thought we're gonna give this guy hundreds of millions of dollars and make him the face of the franchise, and he is just one stupid individual.
Well, there was three players that we were thinking about, if you remember.
Yep.
It was him, Calvin
Mhm.
Johnson, and then Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. Yep.
Those were the
Those are the
three
other ones.
that were and I always thought Davis was going to take Calvin Johnson. I really did. Um
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was, I mean, because there really wasn't a big side, there wasn't really big a lot of film on Jamarcus. He only started 1 year, if I'm correct, if I remember correct. And he made
Yeah.
all of his
Yeah.
money in the Sugar Bowl when they won the national championship. That's where he won that money.
I
And it
saw
was
I saw one radio interview, and maybe this is folklore or whatever, but Matt Millen was on there. Of course, Matt Millen at the time was the GM for Detroit. And
right.
he and Al Davis continued to still be good friends and chatted with each other. And he would call Al Davis and he said, "You don't want to take Jamarcus Russell." And he's almost trying to help Al Davis and guide him toward making a good pick. And Al thought that
He
Matt
was
was
trying
trying
to
to
do.
stonewall him and
Yeah.
trying to psychologically play with him and not get him to take Jamarcus so that that the Lions could draft him.
Wow.
So, yeah. So Al went ahead and did that, kind of doubled down on what he thought. He envisioned that he was going to be the bigger, stronger, faster version of Daryl LaMonica. He always did. And he thought that he was going to be the one that could mold him into that, despite everybody telling him, no, 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 don't do that. This is not the guy. And he's going to cause problems. And he did. He caused problems right out of the gate. And I
I
I
will
was not
actually.
surprised.
I will actually say the one thing that I can give credit to Lance Kiffin. I said that correctly.
You sure did.
Lance Kiffin wanted to draft Johnson, and
He
he
did not want
pounded.
any part of Jamarcus Russell.
Right.
He. It's like Calvin Johnson, Calvin Johnson, and Al was hard. He's like he saw Jamarcus in the Sugar Bowl, and then he saw the workouts where he's on his knees throwing from the was it the end zone or the 0-yard line,
Goal
the
line,
touchdown line,
yeah.
and throwing on his knees to like the other end zone, or maybe it was like to the 20 yards, something like that, 80 yards in the air. Yeah. He said, "That's my guy." It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that was one of the things that, and I will say this, the great Raider patriarch Al Davis is going to be remembered for, was the latter years of us fucking up. He did draft Terrell Pryor as his last draft pick, though, and if things could have been different, and Terrell would have actually maybe made the change to tight end, he could have been a lot better of a better football product as it is.
So when yucca. When he drafted Pryor, I remember going to the games, and you know how when you go out of I don't know if you've ever been to Oakland games or any games where you got the guys out there selling shirts after the games for like $10.
Hmm.
They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
this great shirt that had Terrell Pryor's face on it, and it said, "I got Pryor's," and it had "Go Raiders," like everybody was in jail or something. I was like, oh, that's the best. And again, I think we picked him up in the supplemental draft, if I
We did.
remember
We
We
did.
did.
correct.
We did.
We did.
We
We
picked
He
him
picked
was
him
up
up
he
in
in
the
was
the
Al
supplemental.
supplementals.
Davis's very last pick.
Yeah, he picked him up.
They gave up a third round pick to get him. He was the very last pick that Al made, and then he turned out to, uh, in the short time that he was in behind center, he turned in the longest run in Raiders history.
Yeah, yep, against the Steelers. Your friend here,
Yep.
Sharif Salak. I hope I didn't ruin that name. I
Solid.
agree. I agree. Josh Allen. He did. I think he did. He was. He was actually. I remember when Davis spoke about him. He was enamored with Elway. Remember, we almost had Elway. That the NFL screwed us on Elway.
We did have Elway. It was
We
the
should have had Elway.
the fucking commissioner fucked us.
Well,
The
that's what happens
commissioner.
when you sue the NFL, bro. That's what
Yeah,
happens, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And the tuck rule, and you know what? Hello, Pete. Hello, Pete. Hello, Gino. Welcome to Silver and Black football.
Do you all know that Pete Rozelle actually led a smear campaign on behalf of the Philadelphia Eagles to keep uh, Gene Upshaw from signing with Oakland?
What?
Because
I never heard that.
this was back in the day when both the AFL and the NFL were drafting together. The
Right.
Eagles drafted Upshaw, and the Raiders did, and uh, the late great Rozelle, among several others, uh, contacted Upshaw and just tried to convince him up one side down the other that playing for Oakland would have just been suicide. That Oakland was a horrible town, and he didn't want to play for them. It was going to ruin his career, and they did everything they could to get Upshaw to sign with Philadelphia. Yeah,
I
it was a
never
big
heard
smear
that.
campaign. Yeah, and he ended up signing with Oakland though, and of course the rest is history. But
I
yeah,
wonder if that was when
no
Madden
love
was there.
lost.
Because remember when Madden was an
No, no,
Eagle, right?
no, no. This was Madden. Madden was there in 1960, I want to say.
Well,
Oh, because that
62.
was 67. You're right. You're
right.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was
Huh.
long gone from that. He was only there 1 year as a player, and then went to San
Right.
Diego from there. San Diego State, I think.
San Diego State,
That
man.
was
If
his
you
first
look
time.
at that, if you look at that picture of San Diego State, you got Hall of Fame coaches in that picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, so now we're talking about receiver. Two-part question. And for all you fans at home, because I have a feeling and I want to see if my feeling is the norm. Um,
I will stay with you through this, and then I'm gonna have to cut loose because I got school early in the morning. But let's finish this one out. Yeah, go ahead.
okay.
Fire away.
Question number one: is Jacoby Myers getting traded bef- in the next few weeks? There's big talk right now that he's going to go to the Niners or the Steelers. Question number two: is he a number one receiver?
I'll answer the second one first. No, he's not. He's a very good number two receiver, but on our team, based upon the fact that we don't have a true number one, he's the number one receiver for us. But he's a number two, and he's a damn good number two receiver.
Exactly.
Okay,
Totally agree with you.
I'll
damn good
answer the
number
first part of
two.
your question. I'll answer the
Go ahead.
first part of your question for you.
Go ahead.
No, there's no way that the Raiders are going to give up on one of their most dependable weapons this year. And knowing full well that he might walk at the end of the year, that's fine. But I don't think he has enough trade value to garner letting him go in the middle of the season. So I think it's more of a situation of do you give up anything by waiting? And I think by waiting, you try to maximize his potential that's going to up his price tag, which I think he'll be kind of out of the realm of what the Raiders would be able to afford to re-sign anyway. And hopefully, if their young receivers are ready to step up, that would be the natural progression. But no, I don't see the Raiders getting rid of him during the season.
Well, you know,
Ed
you and
Whitney,
I.
you're high. I'd trade Max before Myers. I love you, Ed. You're my boy. You're
Max
my boy,
before
bro.
Myers. God, dude, hey, that guy. I gotta tell him to give him my number. Tell him no, don't hide it, divide it. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling that that could happen, and I think that there's that health treatment. Stop it, Ed. There you go.
Actually, before you say that, Johnny, based upon what I was talking with Peggy last night about, was it last night? These nights. Yeah,
no, it was last night.
And I didn't see it until I saw some of the plays that were cut ups. Even the interceptions, it looked like he wasn't going through the full. Because remember you saying that it was like because Tom Fester was saying it was the same play. The two interceptions were the same play,
Right.
back to back, just over what it was. And it looked like Jacoby kind of didn't run the full route. And then when he did catch the ball, based upon what Peggy was saying, because I didn't watch this, then Myers got very little yak. It's like he either ran out of bounds on the one that I saw, or it was like he just stopped and just basically hit the ground. If that's his way, and you know, Peggy's actually does good some now when she sees it, okay? If that's his way of saying, why bother? It's a matter of, are you going to get a what is his value as a free agent that leaves? What is it, like a third?
It all depends on what he signs for, and then what his play time is. So, like right now, next year, just jumping ahead. Sorry to do that to you. Spillane, Morig, and Hobbs. You know, those could go from 3 to 5. With same thing with Jacoby. But what I was seeing today, this is what made me think about it. And I know you got to go, Fester, but I would really like to hear what you think. Today, Carroll did talk about Jack Besh. He said somebody asked him about him and said, "Hey, why isn't this kid getting?" He goes, "I don't know, but I want him to get more touches." And that right there, it was like a chain of events. I was on social media all day after I dominated my 60-year-old in pickleball today. Oh yeah, winner. Anyway, but I was looking at all the social media, and they're saying that Pittsburgh was going to give up Logan Wilson and a number 5.
Who's Logan Wilson?
He's just another nobody wide receiver.
Just a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, just a guy. And they're talking about possibly getting up to a third for Jacoby in the next few weeks. And so there's been a lot of fire. And then when I saw the Jack Besh talk out of Carroll, and I do believe the Raiders are going to win this game, and I believe that we're going to run the football well. Latou, I've been watching Latou all day long. Good pass rusher, can't stop the run. They're tight ends. They do mix up coverages, you know. But if we run the ball, strictly run the ball, 11 personnel, jumbo sets, stay under center, just like what we did. Well, we're going to run over them. Stopping Jonathan Taylor is going to be the big deal. You can't stunt. You can't cross. You can't blitz, outside blitz. You got to stay in your lane, and hopefully the linebackers are able to fill the hole, because that guy knows how to kick
him.
Huh? The Rams did a pretty good job. Tomorrow night, check out my podcast, because I've been breaking that film down all day long. They did a great job of it. Great job. But you know what? He still got his. And what he does great is he gets in the middle and then he bounces out. And he bounces out with vengeance. And it doesn't matter if it's to the right, to the left. He's ambidextrous on his breakouts. And it's kind of a cool thing. But let's say that it doesn't happen and we do lose. Would you be taking offers now?
Nope.
Okay.
For Jacoby,
Yeah.
Too early.
If you're talking about based upon what we spoke about last night with his kind of like fall down and do nothing, and the fact that Pete Carroll is talking up Besh. The fact that Carroll is because Besh was drafted to do that, to take Jacoby Myers' spot.
That's why he's not coming back. So you might as well get something out of him.
If you get a third for Myers, if you get a third for Myers, though,
you got to go. You got to let him go.
I take Myers for a third.
But I think Fester, there's it's split. And I think you're on the stronger side of the trades.
If it weren't for the fact that Brock is still injured, and you got to have somebody catching the ball. Dante still is not where he needs to be yet. Besh is still getting there. You don't want to just totally decimate your wide receiver core. That sends a message out to the team and to the fan base that you're done.
Yeah.
Basically, you're cashing in the chips, and you don't want to do that this early in the season. So I don't think that they're going to do that. I think third round offers will still be there a little later, but you don't do it right now. You don't, even if they lose. Now maybe getting closer to the bye week, maybe toward the end of the month, we'll see. But it's too early now. It's too early.
Right. For a third, I would. For a third, I would.
I think I would too, and I could tell you right.
Yeah,
and I would too, Jack. I here's and believe me, I love Jacoby Myers, but gosh darn it. But you know what? We do need, and again, Geno Smith hasn't played well. He doesn't have a number one receiver, but he's got a lot of good receivers. So it's not like there's an empty bag for this guy. So I'm not, some guy goes, well, the problem with Geno is he doesn't have a true number one. He needs a DK Metcalf. No, he's got plenty of weapons. And I'll tell you who's really becoming my favorite guy right now is Ian Thomas. Wow. What
we're we talking about?
You're late to the show because
my God.
This guy was talking about throw him the fucking ball.
Well, it'll be open this game. It really will be open this game. Well,
here's the thing. He also said play him next to Stone Fuckwat, whatever his name is. Stone Fuckwat at left tackle.
He's on your team. Be nice to him.
No, so I was close. Forsyth Fuckwat. I knew it was an F. Okay.
I thought you were going to say foreskin.
That was close. That was next. But yeah, play him on the tight end next to Stone Forsyth. I'll get his name. Yeah. And have him chip, have him block, have him come out, because that helps the guy that's just another guy who's just in there until Grant gets the spot, because Grant's coming. He will eventually play. Even Pete Carroll saying, I want to play these rookies, but I can't until they earn the spot.
Well, Charles Grant only gave up three effing sacks in college.
Say fucking. God damn it. Fucking.
He gave up only three in college, and it's like, this guy is, I watched the tape on him, guy. He's a big man that can move.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna catch the rest of the show, but I need to back out. But it's good seeing both of you. And
you too.
Now I'll catch up with one or both of you next week.
No, you won't.
I promise.
No, you won't.
Oh, not you. That's right. Not next week.
Not next week.
Well, hey, for tomorrow, I would really like for you to watch, because I broke down a lot of the film. I got the all 22, and I've spent a lot of days clipping and Madbombering and circling.
Oh well,
take a peek at. You don't have to see it live, but there's some plays that we can beat them. And after watching the tape, and I'm going to let you go with this, Fester, Daniel Jones is still Daniel Jones. He only had one pick, but I'll tell you what, he could have had 3 picks last week. He could have had 3.
What I told Jack was, I said he pulled a page out of the old Trent Dilfer book.
Yes,
he didn't win the game for him, but he didn't lose the game.
Yeah, but he wanted to lose the game. He almost
lost. But he didn't. but he didn't.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why Trent Dilfer is Super Bowl winning quarterback Trent Dilfer, because he did everything that he could not to lose the game, and that's what got him there. But Daniel Jones is who we think he is, and that's a guy who can lose any game for you at any given time.
He's going to throw that pick. He's the pick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
And
Listen, guys, you all take care. Good seeing you. I need to take off, but
man, we were trying. I was trying
certainly...
my best to get like 10 more minutes out of you, dude.
Hey,
anyway,
your secretary takes the memo there, Fester, and I appreciate it.
Gotcha. We'll get to Mr. Kelly, and hopefully he'll respond. But Johnny, I'll definitely check in with you tomorrow.
Did my contracts get over to your agent about coming on my show?
They're getting there.
Yeah, your people are talking to my people. I love my people.
Exactly. All right. All right. Listen, guys, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. All right, Fester.
Good to see you, brother.
So you guys were all over the Daniel Jones train, right?
Well, we were talking. We were talking about Ian Thomas. We were talking about things that, because Fester came on and he had on his silverback hat, the distillery, right? Because he said, I'm going to be offensive coordinator. I said, and he's like, boom, 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 things we need to do, and we need to get it to Chip Kelly. And we were saying a bunch of these different things. And by the way, I appreciate everybody being here. This is obviously Johnny Madbomber, and he has his show. It's unfortunate that he has his show when I'm usually flying. Or I'd be. You know what? When I am on my bye week, when the Raiders are on the bye week, I can actually watch your show on that Friday.
Well, then I'll have to have you on that Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, this is funny. If you guys watch it, you don't have to watch it live. Watch it recorded. But so I have this kid that I met, and I think I call him the Oracle, but realistically, I'm calling him AI, because this kid is so brilliant. And we break down tape together, and he's 29 years old, and he is just phenomenal. So him and I were talking about Latu today, and he was like, hey, can we put up some tape on Latu? And I go, all right. I go, well, let me look at it. After watching Latu, he's a smaller, thinner body, and he's going to be playing on Forsyth's side. And I love what you said about Ian Thomas, or even Mayer, running at 11 and 12 personnel and jumbo personnel, and then go ahead and run that side of the ball. I'm not the guy that thinks that if you bring more people close to the line that it's going to be tougher for Genty. In my opinion, he's a little bowling ball. And I don't know if any of you guys out there have ever played football. I have. I played linebacker. Not very good. I wasn't all league. I was all nothing. But I'll tell you what, the toughest guys to always find were the little guys running through the line. And especially if I remember there was a Samoan kid that we used to have to practice with. He was on our team, thank God. And he was a little bowling ball, just similar to what Genty is. And back in the day, back in the 70s, everybody ran a 52 defense. It was really, there was no 3-4 or 4-3s. Everybody ran a 52 defense. And when you see a guy that small coming through a line with a bunch of linemen, you got to locate him. Then you have to get low enough to find him. Then you have to grab and rip and pull him down. And that's the beauty of Genty, is that he's so damn strong and he's so quick at the point. He's not bursting speed like when you seen him run the 64-yarder. He was slowing down a little bit, but somebody tried to arm tackle him, and his response was, "Oh, I already knew what he was going to do. As soon as I felt I think he said, as soon as I felt his hands in front of me, that's when I spun and pushed and broke away from him." Guys like that they've been doing it their whole life, because guys are always tackling them so high. And I believe in 11 personnel, I really think that the Raiders could go off that, run trips to the left, and do those real quick passes that we always get burned on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And dilate over the middle where the linebackers are. We last week when we did that screen to Brock Bowers, and JPJ just destroyed the cornerback. That's the kind of stuff. Let's get it close to the line. because this is where you're going to get confidence for this offensive line who doesn't have an identity yet.
Yeah. And I was going to say, we need another confidence building game. And it's unfortunate that Colton got injured this game.
Yeah.
Because again, I saw that when Stokes went out, he was talking to, and get my hat fucking straight. He was talking to Porter on the field, giving him like on the field instructions of what to do. And Porter did pretty well.
He graded out high. He did.
Yeah.
He graded out high.
And Stokes was there for that. But the offensive line needs a confidence game as well. And I think that they need to keep them coming. Let's do something against Indy, because if we can run on Indy, it'll be a building block for the next week and the next week. Okay. Because I'm telling you, when we play Kansas City, and when you and I see that game, Johnny, front row. By the way, I still owe you the rest of that ticket.
I don't remember.
Look, get with me, because I think I owe you the other half. But it needs to be done. That game against the Chiefs is a very emotional game for the Raiders, but they're going to need to have something going into it, and you build that by building confidence. You building a good team rapport. Okay. And I was talking with a gentleman today, and he will be on this show in 2 weeks. It'll be a gentleman by the name of Mark Santos, whose father, Gil, was the voice play-by-play for the New England Patriots in the 70s and 60s and 70s. And I had the chance to meet him during week 1. So it's going to be an early Thursday show. It's going to be Mark Santos and I. We're going to start at 8:00 on Thursday in 2 weeks. Because next Thursday, I'm not going to do a show, so I'm going to be in the air. I'm going to be going to Vegas today early. So Mark Santos and I are going to be talking in 2 weeks. So there's the promo right there. He said that he could see the Raiders still winning. He says this is a good team. This is a guy who can see things. It's not just some fucking fan. It's just another fucking guy. No, this is a guy that has football pedigree. And he says that this is a not bad team. This is about a 7 to 8 win team, which is good. I get my money in Vegas. And he said that if you continue building what's going on, he can see good things for this team. Okay.
Oh, definitely. I totally agree. I don't think that you got to remember, new team, new coach, new back, new offensive lineman now, new linebackers, new DBs. The only real constant that you have right now, and it really wasn't a constant, was Max and Kuntz, because Kuntz wasn't there last year. You got Max, Adam Butler are basically the two constants on your defense right now. And I believe that this team is going to go on a roll. I don't know when. And it could start this week. This could start this weekend. I believe they're going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Not at all. No games for the Raiders are ever going to be easy until they build a winning culture, which they don't have yet. But I do believe that they're going to be it's going to be the Ashton Genty show, which means our offensive line against their defensive line. And then it's going to come up to our linebackers against Jonathan Taylor. And Tyler Warren, the kid from Penn State, who I love. He's really doing a great job blocking on the corners there. He does a nice little kick out block on traps. He's effective. And you know what? He's a guy like we were just talking about. And Ian Thomas that could break into the middle of the field. And Daniel Jones has a security blanket with him. So I do believe that the Raiders are a good team. I just believe that there's a difference between being talented and the difference between being confident. And they're not confident yet. They don't know how to win. I don't know. I don't think that they know how to lose, but I don't think they know how to win. I just don't know. I believe that there's one team that's let them down in 2 games, and that's the special teams. We seriously could be 3-1 right now if our special teams was just okay. But you give the Debo play up, start of the game, put us on our heels. You give the touchdown on the punt. which was a coffin corner. It wasn't like in the middle of the field and he made a bunch of guys scramble like a bunch of bees. That was a coffin corner kick, and he took it to the house, which was horrible. And then Jonathan Lulu, who's playing for Michael Mayer, missed the block.
Missed the block. Yeah.
And then tomorrow night, I'm going to have on the guy who blocked it explain that they've been watching our center on snaps, and they said that right before he snaps the ball, there's a thing that he does, and you watch tomorrow night, and I'll show you. The guy explained how he got the jump.
So that's Bobenmoyer. So Bobenmoyer has a tell.
Yes,
he has a tell. Okay.
He has a tell. You'll see it tomorrow night. I have it. I got the interview sent to me, and then it took me a while to find the right. I had to find it on TikTok, where exactly what he's talking about, because they either give you the back shot, the front shot. I had to get a fan shot to see that what he was talking about. I'll give you a tease. He bends his ass a little bit, but there's something else that he noticed as soon as he went down to snap the ball. He does something, and then he snaps the ball, and he was watching him the whole time.
Okay.
That's and again, it's early in the season. Let's fix it. But right now, Thom McMahon, who is supposedly a good special teamer guy, highly rated guy, except for the fans in Denver think that he was the worst. But
yeah,
and
I told you that.
Yeah, you did. And I went back and read the. Yeah, you were exactly right. But there's just too many mistakes. And did you remember, Jack, in last game? It was in your end zone where we kicked the ball off, and the guy had a wide opening, but he fell down. And I forget who was the guy from the Bears had a kick return, and he would have had a long. Because I was on the opposite end of you, and I saw that hole open, and it looked like a truck could run through it. And he stumbled over his feet, and he went down. But I just see that. That our special teams are scaring me.
It was kickoff to us, or it was kickoff to them?
To them.
Okay. There are times when I might have been because it takes me a while when I go up to get a Coke or something, and I'm not bragging. I'm just telling it like it is, folks. When I walk up the stairs, I talk with people. People talk with me. They take pictures, all this other shit. And then when I get to the area to try to get the drinks, it's the same thing. So something that would probably take somebody else like maybe 10 minutes walking up, getting a drink, and coming back takes me about half an hour in actual time. So I'm not bragging about it. I'm just telling it like it is.
Oh, dude, I've seen you in person.
Yeah.
I've seen you in person.
So it might have been, I might have missed it. So because if it was something that should have been in front of me, I probably missed it. So I apologize there, Johnny.
Sharif, I agree with you too. I think no one expected the Raiders to beat Kansas City. That was the greatest Christmas present we had gotten, because I remember the worst one is the night that Derek Carr broke his leg in 2016 on Christmas Eve. That was a horrible night. But I don't think Pete. I don't think you have to worry about Pete. In my evaluation of Pete so far is that he's a defensive coach, and the defense is playing well with all these new players, and they're playing aggressive. And it's too bad Eric Stokes was having a great game against the Bears before he went out. He almost had that pick that probably would have won the game if he would have picked that ball up, because they actually went on to finish that drive where Odunze scored the touchdown. So, I'm not worried about Pete. People are talking right now that, he's only got 2 years. He's 74. Let me tell you something. I know people that are 54 that can't beat him in a game of basketball. Him and Genty play basketball on Wednesdays. Okay. He's not, it's going to be dependent on what the team and him want, because I believe that guy could coach 5 more years. I do. I believe he would. I think at the end of 5 years, it would be over with. I mean, that would be 79. But watching him in practice and watching him run around, is a treat because it's like, wow, look at all this energy this guy's got, and he's still got his wits about him. You hear him when he's talking to the when he talks to the press, and especially the Raiders press. He don't give those guys any love at all. None,
And
none at all.
speaking about not giving anybody any love, fuck you, Jack Kenna. Okay. I said it was a little portion of time, and I don't get a Coke. It's actually a lemonade with a spritz of Coke on top of it. So it's like a lemon Coke. Okay.
It's a lemon Palmer.
Yeah, it's a lemon. Thank you. It's a lemon Palmer. So fuck you, Jack Henry. I've been saying fuck you a lot tonight because these people have been like they hit me right from the jump. They hit me right from the jump. Fucking Jimmy Farrell talks about the fucking Flyers losing in a preseason game, and then it was something else. And I said, fuck the Yankees normally, but I got money on them tonight, which is why I'm happy. I'm happy to see that they are winning. Okay, that's the only thing. I'm happy to see, not to jinx them, because if I jinx them, I fucking lose money. But fuck the Yankees every other time.
Did you take the Padres today?
I didn't. The Padres weren't part of my equation.
The Padres screwed you yesterday, so you said no more.
They did. They fucking screwed. Well, no.
Why, the Padres made me.
They screwed me the first day. I thought they were going to win the first because I know they're a good team. I thought they were going to win the game one, and they fucked me game one.
Well, they paid me $480 today because I had playoff tickets for the division series. So instead, I just got my money back. It could be happen if Casey get beat by the Raiders.
Yeah, he's talking about us beating maybe the Raiders beating, like hopefully the game we go out to Kansas City. In 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. Yep. We're going to be up front, corner end zone, front row seats, and there would be nothing more enjoyable than walking out with a win. And I have money on the fucking, not the Niners, the other team.
The Rams?
I have money on the Rams. Oh my God. Fuck. What's the score? What quarter is it? What quarter is it? 2014, what quarter is it?
It's got to be fourth quarter. Let me see. Let's see. NFL scores. 20-14, fourth quarter. The Rams touchdown. It's 20-20, but they're going to go ahead with the PAT.
Okay, good. How much time, Johnny?
It's not giving me. 10:39 in the fourth.
There's a lot of time. So
a lot of time. A lot of time. So you're flying in on next Thursday to go to the Bolitnikoff crab.
On Friday. Yeah, I want to be there a day early for that.
Okay. Okay. I know that's a huge event. I wish I could go. I'm bringing all my kids to the game next week. I'm gonna be with them the whole weekend. But I will definitely. Where are you staying next weekend? Do you know?
In Vegas, I'm staying at the same.
Oh, okay. Same place you always go to.
Well, normally it's the Alara, but this year I couldn't get into the Alara for any of the games, so it's the Hilton Grand Vacations North Strip. So I'm going to be there for, I think, most of the game, because the first game I was not there, so I couldn't even get in there. So I was down at fucking Bumfuck Egypt, all the way down the strip. But these games, I'm pretty sure I'm at the Hilton Grand Vacations North Las Vegas Strip. And so I would think I'm there for most, if not all of the games. There might be one game that I squeezed into the Alara just by accident, but that's where I'll be for all of the games this year.
Okay, and then we'll talk later. I think my buddy didn't hit me up today, and I'm not going to beg anymore. But so back to the front line there. I believe that Grant, Rogers are going to get their chance this year to get in there. I believe it. I think they're working towards that. I watched some Stone Forsyth tape, and he's just a journeyman. He's just like when we got like a Greg Von Rotten, maybe a lesser Jermaine Illuminor, guys like that. But it's going to have to be Chip. Chip said it today. Chip made some interesting remarks today about JPJ. Did you hear that?
No, well, I said that. Well, I heard that Chip was saying that he's got a big head.
He was doing this. Kenna, you're talking about the Islanders. It's preseason. Basically, what he was doing was having fun with the crew. People are so Karens. They're Karens. It's like what he was saying is that Captain and Johnny, everyone, good night. Don't forget pay check, Captain. Right on, man.
Wait a second before you go. I've never bet a paycheck on anything. I'm too fucking cheap to bet a paycheck on anything. Now, I owe a guy a beer, but I think that's ONT6. I never bet a pay. And first off, I can't bet a paycheck because I'm fucking unemployed right now. How can I bet a paycheck? I don't have a paycheck. Okay? And I can't bet social, and I can't bet my fucking retirement pay because that's pay. It's not a paycheck. So check on that, though, NT. I never said a paycheck on anything. I owe some guy a beer.
A beer.
And I owe him a beer because he hit me up at the stadium last time. I owe him a beer. So I owe him a beer when he gets with that.
So Chip Kelly is they were talking about JPJ. And
Yeah.
there was the stupidest question. He goes, somebody asked him, can you feel his presence on the field? And he goes, I can't feel anybody's presence. I'm up in the press box. And I'm like, yes. You know what? I don't hate because I love everybody because everybody's got children. But I hate when they throw softballs to these guys. Your boxing friend, what's this guy? The guy that
Angela.
Yeah. Angela was trying to get a question over to JT for me about Raheem Mostert. How many weeks in a row have I been screaming for Raheem Mostert? Okay. Right. And nobody asks that question. Hey Pete, so how was this? Who cares? Hey bro, why aren't you playing Raheem Mostert? Why? It's like it seems to me that everybody's afraid to ask the tough questions for there. So today Chip Kelly goes, one of the sports writers said, "Hey, oh yeah, do you feel his presence up in there?" There's the guy's all, "No, I'm up in the press box." He goes, "Yeah, but I mean, his physical presence. Do you see?" He goes, "Of course." He goes, "But guys, and he was joking. And if you don't think he was joking, you are a Karen." Okay. He was joking. He said, "Hey guys, stop it with the JPJ. We got to keep the segment out. He's already got a big enough head. He's not going to say that about his players." He was joking. He said that he felt that when JPJ was announced, you've heard it. The crowd went crazy. He got the third most roar behind Bowers and behind Genty. Those were he was there was Bowers, Genty, and JPJ could have been tied for second. So he was just joking. Don't get his head filled up. And he goes, but he goes, look, there was definitely more of a physical presence with JPJ this week. We felt it. We saw it.
And soldiers, I can't give you a paycheck, but I will buy you a beer. I will buy you a beer as well. You just got to find me because Johnny's out there. He knows where I'm at. Johnny's there, and good. The Yankees won, so I didn't lose my bet tonight. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. The Modelos. But yeah, he was just really, being like let's
being snarky. He was being snarky back to them because they were talking stupid,
asking shit. Those wonderful,
so,
asking those. And so he said that, but he also said, they said, "Hey, are you going to be calling plays different because Colton Miller's out?" And he did say, "Yeah." He goes, "Look, man, it's definitely going to be different." He didn't want to elaborate.
He didn't want to give away shit, but yeah,
he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything, but he was just saying that, you know what? He goes, He goes, yeah, JPJ's physical. He goes, but you know who else is physical? Colton Miller's physical. He goes, you know who else is physical? Trace Tucker's physical. You know who else is physical? Ashton Genty. He goes, I want 11 physical players on there, just not one. So I don't just look at one player as being the physical player. I want all 11. And you know what? Guys right now are just, really taking shots at our coaches and our players and stuff, where if you really listen to these guys know football, give them some time to figure this out. Like you and I talked about, Pete Carroll was 7-9 and got into the playoffs as a division leader. Remember that? The first division,
Yeah.
7-9, he won the division.
500, the very first coach and very first team to get into the playoffs with a sub 500 level record.
Right.
It used to be 8-8 would get you in. No. He was 7-9 for the Seahawks, and they won the NFC West.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember that
That
too.
tells you all. That tells you all you need to know. And wasn't that not the time? I think that's the game that Marshawn just fucking bowled out, like the playoff game was when he had that long run that he was like bowling over people.
That was against the Saints. It was against the Saints. I think it was later on though, because they were at home. And no, you know what? You could be right. You could be right because they were actually underdogs in that game when they played against the Saints. And you know what? I think the Saints were the world champions, right?
I don't know if they were the world champions, but I know that the Saints were the wild card, and people were complaining because the Saints had a better record, but the fact that the Seahawks were a division champion, so that the Saints had to go to Seattle, and that was the game where Marshawn had that. And again, I might be wrong, but I remember the fact that he had that game where he would, and then at the very end, he threw somebody out of his way.
Yeah,
out of his way. It was that playoff game.
I just watched that. They had him on a podcast, and anytime he's on, they go right to that clip, which is a beautiful clip. But again, man, I'm about ready to go too, Jack. I'm gonna let you go. I got tomorrow night. I'm at 7:00. Madbomber podcast. Again, this kid that's on there, he is the oracle. He is, I call him AI because how he comes up with this stuff. Jack Cannon, JPJ has the confidence. Don't blunt him. Keep building without Miller. Out now, he's our best O lineman. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Totally agree with you on that.
He's a sophomore, basically. He's a sophomore.
Yes.
And he's still our best lineman.
What do you think, though, Jay? What do you think, though, Jack? Should they move him to center, or is there a reason why he's not? I mean, why in the heck would they put him at guard if and again, they know more than we do, right? And
right.
From what they were saying, from what the word is, and I don't know anybody.
It's what the excuse was, or what the story, and not even excuse, not excuse. What the story is that he needs to build his confidence and get better on his line calls. That was the story. They said that he's a very physical presence, but he needs to get his line calls better. Okay. That might be true. But isn't it amazing how Meredith, now granted, Meredith is obviously a veteran, that is a veteran offensive lineman, had never played center before.
Right.
Had never played center before.
Well, and his snaps to Gino are sure showing it.
Right. But they said that Meredith's understanding of what the line calls should be are better. Okay. That might be true too. But if they are doing it to kind of tell JPJ, nobody comes into this team and says, well, I'm the center.
What he did with Ashton Genty. Yeah, I agree. I think that had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, I think it's their way of saying nobody comes in and says that this is my position on the team. It's up to the coaches to decide. Well, that's true, but is anybody going to tell Geno Smith he's not the quarterback?
Yeah, I think that it goes. What I think it is that he just can't get the calls down. I think this offense is, and again, Chip Kelly, it's Oregon style, but again, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, just having that kid on the teams last week was just a treat to watch. And I mean, there are some plays where he made the best tackle of the game on the interception. That was
Mhm.
textbook. That was a great
Yeah.
tackle. No,
And he like he got him, wrapped him, and put him
it
down.
drove
It was
him.
like into the ground. That was textbook tackle.
All right, Big J. I'll talk with you soon. I will talk with you. I'll talk with you tomorrow because we got to get the hotel for sure.
Yeah, and I'll figure that out. And I'm thinking
I mean,
either
we may go with your plan with your thing, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk off the air about it.
okay,
And again, and again, it's all I got this. It's all my business. We'll take care of it. I would just we're gonna have a fun time, dude. We're gonna be great.
it's gonna be you and me and got to go for some barbecue.
That's what I'm going there for. My fat ass is not going there just for a game. I'm
That's right.
I'm going for I've heard so much about it, and just listening to you and friends of mine that have been there before, just the fanfare. We're getting there as soon as it opens, bro. We're there.
I'm there with you. All
All
right,
right,
hey,
buddy.
take care there, Johnny. That
Love
Johnny
you, brother.
Mad.
You're the
Hey,
best.
if you're watching this show, let me see. Let get it here. It is the Mad Bomber podcast. Go. Okay, I'll go there. Mad Bomber podcast tomorrow night. He does his shows on Friday as well. He comes on and gives like a preview on my shows on Thursday, not next Thursday because I'm in the air. But make sure you support Mad Bomber podcast on his stuff. A great Raider historian like me. He doesn't say fuck you, Kenna, or fuck you everybody else like everybody else does, but I do. But be sure to support him,
Oh,
Johnny Mad Bomber podcast. There you go. Up, he dropped. I at least got it back. At least I got it out. Okay. The Mad Bomber podcast. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. We got a couple minutes left. Because normally on Thursdays we don't have it. We don't have a place to open up. But I'm going to, because we got 15 minutes left. I'm going to throw it in there. If you want to say whatever you want to say, come into the show. The link is there. It's your dime. It's your dime. Come into the show. Open shrift. Here it is. Okay. I'm happy that the Yankees won. Not that I like the Yankees. I don't. But I didn't lose money tonight on the Yankees. So that money is actually, I think I made $50. I think I made $50. Let me see. I will even look. Let's see here. Hit the link. So I need to log in again. Okay. Oh boy. And what I will do is I think the money that I won tonight, I will bet extra on the Raiders to win with the money I won. So it's kind of like it's free money. There it is. I'm logging back in. You got a couple minutes. So let's see. Oh, wait, how did I? Oh, come on. My bets. Wow. I thought I won. Finished. Wait. Okay. Wait a second. Okay. I won. I thought, wait a second. Okay, that was from yesterday. How the fuck did I wait a second? I guess they didn't take my bet. Oh my goodness. They didn't take my bet. I thought I won with the so apparently that was yesterday. I don't know. I thought I had the Yankees for something. So if you want to come into the show, I know. No. I know. You never said fuck you, Ken, or fuck you, Ken. I know. I just said fuck. I said fuck you to you. I said fuck you, Jimmy Farrell. I think I said fuck you, Kenna. On your sharks. You know me, man. I say it to say it. It's not a what is it? It's not a real fuck you. I actually lost money because they didn't take my Yankee bet. I would have won money on the Yankees. So okay. I thought I was happy. I thought I won some money, but I didn't. So anyway. And I like the fact that we're saying that it's got to be the quarterback, it's got to be the offense, it's got to be the right thing. Now here's the thing. Thank you there, Ed Winchell. Appreciate it, brother. And Ed has his stuff, man. Ed says, man, trade Max Stroud. I don't agree with that. Let's say let's keep him this year. Remember, this is year 0. This is year 0 of the Carroll regime. Not even year 1. It's year 0. So let's see what we've got. I will say this: if you're not going to come into the show, I gotta pee. That's one of those things where I am going back and forth. So if I don't see anybody here in about a minute, I will start the tune out. I gotta say that because it's like when those I gotta pay. Year 5, Max will be in the league for 12 years. Well, okay, we'll see. Anyway, I don't see it. I will start the show. Remember, tomorrow I will be flying. We'll see you Sunday after the Raiders victory. I can feel it. The Raiders victory against the Colts. I can feel it too. I really think it's going to happen. So we'll see you after the victory in Indianapolis. So take care, everybody. We'll see you.